you doing? This is Coffee Break with Jimmy. After my podcast that I did yesterday, follow up on California and the comparison between California and New York City. They both had 15-year piece runs with total Democratic run. Okay, and this all kind of goes in. This all goes in hand with all the stuff that's going on right now. I mean, that's the one thing I wanted to talk about cryptocurrency today, and let me see. There was, it was signed the other day. Cryptocurrency, the Genius Act. Well, that's something I still have to look up to get a little more information on because I don't know that much about it. But what I did see today, or yesterday actually, Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, she released 100 pages of documents on Friday, talking about. I mean, let's talk about the Russian collusion, all that. This is something that a lot of people are pretty tired of because we actually knew all this already. But now I think there was one document, I guess, that was redacted at one time that President Obama sent out, and to gather his team together, James Clapper, Jim Comey and Brennan, and along with Rice, that Rice lady that was on his and Joe Biden also was part of his team, and Susan Rice. But anyhow, he wrote out after President Trump was elected already, but they had spied on his campaign prior to and spied on his campaign afterwards. Of course, Hillary Clinton was part of this team also, putting together this Russian collusion hoax that was all proven to be, that was proven to be didn't happen anyway, the Russian collusion. But that Russia thing that went on for a long time probably took up the first half of President Trump's first presidency. And but this was something that the Democrats had to have so they can have power, still have power, even though they had an outsider, Donald Trump, came in and he won the presidency over Hillary Clinton. They thought that she was going to be the winner, and everybody thought that it was going to be politics as usual. Democratic Party is going to run everything and going to run this country into the ground. And they were afraid of President Trump because President Trump had other ideas. It's always been America first for President Trump. Has always been America first, and will always be America first. Common sense party. Now, since she released these 100 pages, I guess she has more pages to release for this time. We all knew this. We all knew this 10 years ago, in 2016. Was it 2016 when it first happened? President Trump was elected in 2016, so it started in 2015. So it was 10 years ago when all this stuff was happening. And they really didn't worry about President Trump. At first, they didn't think he was going to have a chance. I always did. I always knew President Trump. I mean, when he first came down the escalator, even prior to that, I was thinking that Donald Trump runs for president, and I didn't even know back in those days whether he was Republican or a Democrat. I just liked him. And I said, if he ran for president, I'd vote for him. Because I wasn't a Republican back then. I was an independent. I was going to vote for the best person available, and Trump would have been the best one available at the time. But since he ran as a Republican and he was a conservative, I became a Republican at that time. But I was always independent. Prior to that, I was a Democrat. But this whole thing was concocted between, like I said, President Obama, Vice President Biden, Susan Rice, James Clapper, Jim Comey, and Brennan. They all put all this together, Hillary Clinton. But it was all found out to be a big lie, even though we knew it was a lie. But now they've, Tulsi Gabbard, Director of Intelligence, has sent out this information just Friday. And apparently she has more. More information will be coming out this week sometime. So there's still more to gather, but there's going to be indictments. People are going to get indicted. People are going to get prosecuted. There's going to probably be some that's going to go to jail. And, this has been going. I mean, of course, this is being brought up again, and everyone's just saying, well, this is just this is President Trump feeling like he needs to be vindicated for this. No, he doesn't need to be vindicated. This stuff needs the American people, America. They need to know what happened here, and so that's what that's all about. And so I guess it's just like this cryptocurrency. I guess we're going to find out more about this. This is not something I know a whole lot about, but I do know, and I have known about the Russia hoax, and I think that's going to take up a lot of time. But you know what? And you can say this is going to take up a lot of time. It's going to, even this Jeffrey Epstein, this Epstein files that was really misspoke of. They didn't have a list of people that visited Epstein Island, and they didn't have that. But they do have, and President Trump said he wants everything that has to do with Epstein needs to be released. It's got to be. This is the most transparent presidency ever. And they've been transparent about everything. They want to let you know about everything because this is America first. It's all about the people, and that's I've said it before. He loves the people, he loves his country. So all this stuff is going to be released. But this stuff about Tulsi Gabbard, I mean, this includes President Barack Obama, and President Biden. This is all. It includes all of them. It includes Hillary Clinton. Then we're just going to go for the low-lying fruit there in the FBI, what they were saying what happened way back when. It was James Comey and Brent. They wanted the big fish. And I think the big fish will be, in fact, the previous presidents and Obama and Biden. So we'll see what happens there. This document apparently was held out. This was something that was apparently, I don't know, but apparently delivered by President Obama at the end of his presidency, the beginning of Donald Trump's presidency, the first one. And this was held out, but now this document has since been released for transparency, for everybody to know about all about this. So that's all the stuff's going to be happening right now. But again, I want to go back to California and New York. I mean, we have to vote. That's why we're in the position we are right now, because the Democrats has made it happen to where the Democrats are in charge. They want power, they want money. And that's what Democrats has all been about. And if Donald Trump is their biggest threat, he's their biggest threat. I mean, this cryptocurrency, I have no idea how this is going to work. I'm going to look into it and learn a little more about it. But, the Fed, I mean, this is something that can go by the wayside. The Fed isn't owned by the government. The Fed isn't run by the government. The Fed is a bunch of individual investors that have been in charge of the Fed for a number of years, the wealthiest people in the world. So we'll see what happens there. But so all this stuff with this new information, this 100 documents put out by Tulsi Gabbard, and all this stuff coming out about Epstein. President Trump wants all that information, anything that has to do with Epstein, and they say he committed suicide. They say there is no list. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. So there's a lot of action going to be happening here real soon. Not to mention everything that Trump's doing to get the company back on track, and we talked about that in length. So I'll just talk to you guys again here pretty soon. So just wanted to touch base with you guys a little bit today. So this is this is Coffee Break with Jimmy. Please subscribe and share and hit the notification bell. So next time I'm on, we'll let you know. Talk to you later.